Hello? Hello? Alright, we're live. Hi, Polly. Shout out to my man, Polly. Always first commenter in the show. Get the now, sexy hot mama elf. Yeah, it's her time to get finished. I need to really wrap up things on my end, but yeah, we're slowly getting there. Alright, where did we left off? Okay, so I managed to paint some of her face on the second part, and he does some of the wardrobe, part of the wardrobe, but it's not like, you know, actual detail, just marking. And we are almost, you know, we could see her silhouette clearly against the backdrop. Have more finish on the page. So we're gonna do just that. First, later this afternoon, I was thinking about her clothes. I was thinking maybe it's too bland, maybe her clothes doesn't fit well. I'm thinking maybe I could spice it up a bit. And I'm thinking of changing, but we'll see. We'll see where we end up with. Because the good thing about this process is once we got the basic stuff going, the rest was kind of easy to follow. We could change those quite easily, instead of, you know, redrawing the line work and then refilling the thing. We can just do this. We just literally paint over stuff that we want to change. So we're just what was that? Something red on my back. I don't think. I think that's not. Anyways, how is it not wait. This is like some output. What's going on? Oh, there it is. Distributed paint. That's important. Maybe I picked the wrong color. Oh, yeah. Oh, there. So yeah, as I was saying, really. Pick the same color. What's going on? I probably fucked up instead of. Hold on. Let me refresh my brain a bit. Oh, there you go. I fucked up the layer option. This is the foreground, this is the background, this is the transparency layer. So if you paint on this, it will become transparent and shows you the background. Which is, I don't usually use. If I want anything transparent, I just go with the layer option. Maybe what is happening is my color picker, my eyedropper tool, is picking up from a layer, which is this layer, which is mostly blank except for the orange. So when I pick from the outside, there's nothing there, and it automatically picks transparent. So what I think I'll do is obtain display colors. So whatever's shown, regardless of the layers, we'll pick it up. So I'll try that setting up. So I picked up this shadow the forearm, and of course we can paint top of it. And there it is. There you go. We fixed it. So yeah, I was thinking of a more deliberate pose rather than her walking. Like all cool and good. Splendid touch. Oh, this is great. With view, yeah. It's yeah, I'm kinda double guessing myself in the pose, but I think this dragon arms is fine for now, but we'll see later. We might change the course of time and fate as we go along. For now, I'm just gonna keep working on, yeah, I kinda pronounce her legs a bit by adding more shadows. It kinda works. Kind of shows that she is walking, stepping forward, I would say. Stepping forward, yeah. Alright. So, the face needs a lot of work, everything needs a lot of work. Also, this breast area, the page, supposed to be the clavicle and the it has to be flat and then move starts. I know she's wearing push-up bra, but it shouldn't be that pronounced. Corset, I would say. She's wearing a corset, so it would push up her breast, but not to the extent that it is rising up to her neck. That's not the way. That's not how breasts work. We need to show a bit more of the rib cage. I'm also second guessing the parts. Is that the real part? I hope I'm not chopping out. Because I'm not really. I don't think my mic settings is optimal. But anyway, I'll just review the screen later, see what needs to change and adjust it. Alright, terminal, this and there. We're gonna have some subsurface gathering here and there. Also, this clavicle part needs some fixing. Fixing. Just to level out the shelf. Add some more shadow for the hair. We're literally picking the color values and the other part from what we've established, but we're definitely gonna fix them, put them closer to the after color that we want later on. For now, it's just color placement. Alright. Her leg is a bit long. So the first hips around here, right? And her leg bone should be around here. So this quad should be extending way further up than the right side. There you go. What else? The hip to leg ratio is a bit too small. because of the hands, I want the hands to show up, right? So it's gonna be in front of the left leg. So what I would rather do is put it on a darker value and put it behind. That's one way to do that. And of course, the rest of the shirt is gonna get some of that shadow from the light swords because it is facing away quite substantial. And the front leg is also casting a shadow towards the left leg. Okay. I also brought some of the references. Okay. So these are the embroidery that is present in Victorian rosettes and dresses. We're gonna implement some of that, especially this one. It's a bit I like this one. So we're gonna just draw some rough sketches of that. Okay. The fold patterns is important because it really sells the cloth in the dress. It's part of the details that I should be aware of. And you know, primarily focusing on. But just put in some indication. This is there to look at that there in foot. Of course, we're gonna do some embroidery. I also want to elaborate the shape design of this corset. Right now it's kind of flat, well, literally and figuratively. It doesn't give much interest on the design. Fair to it. Right now I'm just painting on a default hard brush, so I could paint out shape more precisely rather than trying to find the perfect value for every stroke. But I don't want to do that. I want to be painting out the sign and structure in my painting. Of course, we also gonna need to have right? Here's royalty, and she's a wealthy, powerful maid. Also. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, this is a D&D character. It's a commission by one of my party mates. Joyce, if you're watching, hello. We're doing your character now. Paul is also one of my D&D mates, and he's playing with them. I haven't checked the Discord because I'm a lazy bum, but I hope we get to play soon once we're able. Just adding some. I don't want to focus on the hair right now, but there's this rib light. It's coming from her right side or the left side, and I want to have a more of a visual contrast of color temperature, because the blue flame makes a very cool atmosphere and temperature throughout the entire painting, and I want this orange yellow highlight rim light, I would say, to contrast that, which adds spice, which spices up the paint. Right now we're planning on lighting, and we're jumping here and fro between design and composition, which is something I'm not used to, but I really want to learn how to. Paint as you go. It takes a lot of, well, for my skill, it takes more time because I have to really nail down my fundamentals, which is I'm not there yet, I would say. I'm not there yet. So I second guess a lot, and which takes time, which means time. So it's, for right now, it's not a productive thing for me to do, but I want to learn how to paint like that. And it's a good exercise for me. And if you're also on this journey of art, you could really explore your strengths and weaknesses by doing, something that you're not really used to, like this. Because I usually draw with finish line work, send it to my clients, approve of it, plan out some value schemes and lighting, and then I'll decide on the colors. That's how I usually go with it. But it worked for me. Of course, if you have, it's a different workflow that I do if I have someone else looking at it. Because usually for production, I can't like spend a day doing a single piece and then they would go in and say, we reviewed the work and we're changing direction. We want this rather than that. So that's completely fine. And you need to be ready for it because it's expected. You also need to be ready for revisions. You also need to be ready for art direction, being directed by art directors. So you need to be ready for those. So that's a foolproof way to not waste time rendering the final piece, spending 15 to 20 hours worth of production time, finishing one piece that won't get through. So if you could do it fast, that's cool. But if, like me, I'm not on that level yet. So that's a good way for you. So it's generally a good way to work on stuff like that. But since right now I'm doing a personal piece and a commission piece at that, so I have more leeway, and I'm my own art director. Also, aside from the clients' comments, which I have to take consideration, technical consideration, I am also ready for those. But right now, I have more leeway than usual to produce kind of work. Right now, I'm doing. Maybe I want to give her a strap, a leg strap, and maybe yeah, my fetishes are showing. it kind of fits. I mean, let's check the references so I don't sound like a perv. Yeah, see, high leg sock, high leg high stockings. It's there. I'm not making this out of my own conversion. I want it to be semi-transparent, so I'm gonna mix the color of skin, the color of the tone, so that it has some translucency in it. Then I'm gonna add more shadow on the cloth color. So it's white and it's going to be more desaturated like that, so that we can emphasize on softness. And then we're going to show a bit of the skin, bouncing off, and bouncing off the skin and showing through the stock. Like he is wearing some stuff. Of course, we're gonna put some embroidery in it. It's not gonna be just like that. So we're gonna put some embroidery here. Also, it's not gonna be like fishnet. I don't think fits her. Something like that. And then you can add here, goes upward, towards the click on this. Also, we're gonna clean this out just over, given this reverse shape, the contours of it. I want to show more of her that shadow facing inward towards the script. I don't think. Let me double check. The chat has nothing else to go. I'm not sure if I can see your chat. I think we're up to date. So I can see. Oh yeah, I haven't shared it. It's starting to rain nowadays during the Philippines, and it's good when it does. Forecast and rainy weather. And I hate the heat because I'm a bit of a inebriated fat fuck. So I'd rather suffer the cold than cry in my own sweat. Alright, I think we're good on that part. Alright, back to the drawing. Yeah, that's me. I just shared my own screen. It's good that the notifications are playing. That's cool. Okay. We're gonna design her arm. I want it to be slick, and powerful. I want that to have that. I want to have some carbon. I don't know how much of a dragon her arm is, but let's see. Right now, this is not, well, it is the contour shadow as its planes are facing away from the light source. So it's receiving less of the light from the flame on her right hand. So it's more of a contour shadow on that shadow. And I'm trying to figure out the design of stop rendering the arm. Sometimes you need to catch yourself doing things that you should. So that's one way of improving a lot. I could spend hours just detailing her eyes right here, but that won't get me anywhere. So I need to work broadly, and then once I'm happy with everything, I could start and actually detail stuff which are important. Her face, her corset, dragon behind her. So the right amount of detail, the right amount of focus. If I want you to look at something, of course, I'll put more effort into it. And the rest of the blobs, serious blobs of value color, which I'm still learning how to do correctly because at my stage, yeah, they literally look like a blob. They don't do anything else, even a hint of it. But yeah, I want to have that finesse other artists have in their type design. I watched this video of Dante that talks about that specifically, about shape design and how you could implement shape design in your realistic painting, which is a really great portion. Because, like him, I always thought that, if I'm gonna do a shape design, like, okay, it's a character's face, and I want to have like a weird looking face, a triangle looking face. It's gonna be stylized, right? But the way this implemented is actually in the fundamentals of rendering and composition, so not necessarily anatomy. So that really opens the door for me, and it gave me a huge insight about how to actually use it. I'm not sure I've used it here, but I'll definitely try to improve it. So I haven't really practiced with it yet. So we'll see how it goes. I want to try to have a overhanging weave. Kind of overlaps her hand and she's not waving it like that. I want to have that. It adds more dynamics to her shape rather than just an arm. Gives more of a oomph to that. Of course, we need to pump up the lighting here because it's a really strong blue thing. Everything would be washed out in blue, especially the main light. So I'm gonna spice it up more. For now, we're just gonna add more contours here, making sure that the shape of the silhouette is readable from any angle. She is quite readable because of her contrast to the background. And speaking of backgrounds, I should do dragon. I want to at least get the dragon's detail down pat. I know what I'm going. So I would actually better to reference dragons from the reptiles. It's more of a fantasy one. So, you know, dragons could be weird, common. This one, common dragon. You could change the elements of it, but the design is fairly the same. But if you really want to go overboard and design your own dragon, I would suggest looking at lizards and other types of reptiles because they actually. There's even kiln, right? A dragon wars. So that's not entirely original. You know, you could see them in Monster Hunter and a lot of games. They're present there, and of course there are other types of dragons. Yes, Eastern dragons, and also Western dragons, which is depicted quite differently, but they have the same general rough idea around them. But if you really want to go overboard and test out your skills as a designer, then mix up concepts. You know, you haven't seen before, I would say. Like the bog dragons from the Grand Story, the dragons from Raya, also unique. They're covered in fur. And more like they're like a combination of Eastern dragon and a pony, magic pony. So it's a really good design, and I like their design on it. But yeah, you could mix things up. Maybe rooster, right? A rooster has a good design, and we have this mythological creature about here in the Philippines, Sarimanak. So, Sarimanak. I just remember that. But anyways, we also have that, so you could explore maybe a rooster / dragon hybrid. Yeah, you could play around those things. Sarimanak. Anyways, right now I'm thinking about the whisper and the hair, the drag. So that's what I'm almost airbrushing it in. Just, you know, it doesn't really matter. But it adds that feathery texture, at least in my head. It's an enough indication for me to tell that, yeah, I planned this out to be hair for her hairbrush, a feathery haircut. Of course, we're not gonna show the entire body of the dragon because it's gonna be more of a hidden thing. But us as the viewer could see it. Of course, we're gonna add more lighter values to the teeth. So the overlap in the teeth is something that is keeping. So it usually depends on the the feature, right? Some have, you know, underbite skull, so their jaws are under the clasp of their upper skull, the upper jaw. So same with this one, I would say. Maybe I could do this flow thing like that. It has some Eastern vibe to it. I don't think. Wait. Second. Plus. The board test. I would, yeah, the board test. Adding more shadows here to dictate depth. And then we're gonna refine the shape of the jawline. Of course, we're picking colors from the background. I think I should just erase it. Yeah. It's kind of a good-looking dragon. I wonder if yeah, it's probably a metal dragon. Like, of course, everything's a metal dragon. Oh yeah, metallic dragons are good. Nice. Color ones are the bad guys. Oh, they're dragons. There are malevolent dragons and there are reasonable, but they all act like dragons. So if you fuck them up, they're cool. I remember my first campaign. The first DM I ever did is I made the party fight Wormling. So yeah, that's fun. They're all level 1, by the way. They survived. They actually managed to survive. Just cool. You know, it's the epic oh shit moment that I really want to go. Yeah, we're adding a bit more detail here and there, but nothing is sudden. It could always be. Also, we're gonna highlight that it is the light source is coming from. So, from right now, I'm thinking about the value, adding shape to the shadows. You know, remembering the contour of the face. Kamichi, what's up? Hi, Eggy and Cake Young. Your music's overpowering your. Okay, hold on. Maybe if this is too loud. How about that? Right there? Now I'll turn it down 40. I think that's. Yeah, I don't know what's up with VC face. Maybe my camera is too dim to capture my face. Let me check that out. You're gonna see the back end of my avatar. I don't know what's that. Yeah, the lips. I'll just max it. Let's see how it goes. Ah, yeah. Ooh. Okay, I think it's better. Thank you for pointing that out, Egg Waffle. If you come again. Are you guys gonna stream later? Right now, I'm just I can't believe the day is already about it. Yeah, but I fell asleep during the afternoon, and I don't know what year it is when I woke up. It's fucked up. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to stream later on, but the weather is so cool that I can't pass up a good sleep. Because I usually sleep and then I wake up groggy and more tired before I slept because of how much sweat I lost. Okay, I like the chin of the chin there earlier. I think it's better. Okay. Yeah, this is more handsome. Alright, so I want him to have a golden eye. Just stuff a bit. He looks menacing as fuck though. He's, the art looks looking good. Thanks, man. Looking great. Yeah, I tried to work on her face because last stream when I made her, when I'm streaming her, it's left in an unfinished state. So I made an effort to at least, you know, come to a presentable state. And the thing is, there's this saying in concept art that your artwork should be presentable at any stage. Whether if it's line work with, some wash off values, it should be presentable. If your art director came in and hey, we need to show your stuff right now or like 30 minutes from now, and you've only rendered this right eye like perfectly, but the rest is shit, right? That won't be good because your client won't know what they're looking at. But if you present them in any state available, right? Like that's the concept, right? This is the pose. There's a dragon behind her. There's the nebulous spell on her right hand. She's standing up sassy. You could feel with this sketch, right? And then you fill out the values and shit. Oh, we have also So that's one way of presenting stuff. A safe way too. Your avatar is making a hair go face. Yeah. Yeah, it always does that. It may be a deep-seated desire. Alright. So, where were we? Oh yeah, the dragon. Whoa! Oh god, I thought I deleted it. Always save your stuff, boys and girls. Always save your stuff. I captured a screenshot. Oh yeah, it's gonna be available on my OnlyFans account. So yeah, but feel free. I'm just adding more stuff. Also the lighting. I need to plan out how bright it is gonna be for the dragon. I don't want him to stand out more than the main character, Tyrgwynn here. So I need to really carefully set the values and tones correctly so that it doesn't have that much contrast and would overlap with our main character. I want you to focus on her and then realize, oh shit, there's a dragon behind her. I want that to be the major stuff for you to experience or notice. That's what I would want that's how I would lead your eyes to the composition. And one way of doing that is making the values and contrast more or less on different subjects in your painting so that you could, do specifically that. Your eyes would first get attracted to her, then to the fire source, and oh yeah, shit, there's a dragon. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna dim this down even more because it's a bit too bright right now. I don't think that is proving the point that I'm trying to make, but where it is on the early stage. And right now I'm designing the shape and the contours of her face. I think it's fine for now. I'm just gonna dim it down a bit later. Yeah, that looks cool. We're gonna refine these details a bit more later. But for now, I think that's this. Oh yeah, the feathering of the headdress here and there. Yeah, I need to consult my notes actually. I think we're talking about the silver dragon, and I don't like this really menacing look. Like, hey, you're fucked. Look of the dragon. I need to fix that because it looks too menacing. Like he's smiling almost. Maybe I could fix it now. Yeah, I think it's a more serious tone now. I'll also try to fix a bit too. Yeah, I fixed the smiling menacing. Well, it's a dragon. It's supposed to look menacing, but I'll figure it out later. Maybe the eyes are too menacing. I should put menacing JoJo reference. Yeah, rounding up the eyes would help. The sharper the eyes is, the more more fierce it looks. All right, for now we have the dragon laid out. Progress. Adding some bit of curtain. And it's gonna coil us around here, and you can see some of her scales right here. The body wraps around, closer. So right now, I'm padding up the values so I know what part of the slender body is with the light. Then we are gonna add. The hard thing with scales actually, there are individual parts that actually turns and shift. They're not static and flat. So when the body of for example, a snake or alligator moves or flex, the scales flex with it, their skin. And imagine painting tattoos on a very elastic body. The details of that tattoo would also stretch, right? But scales are not like that. They're like attached to only one point, so they shift with it. So the perspective change, the foreshortening change for the scales. It's kind of hard to paint scales, and mostly I would just make a hint. Yeah, there's scales here, and the rest would be obscured in shadow. One pro tip right there. You can always make a suggestion that it is scales. But of course, if that's the requirement, you have to go through the whole shebang. But especially if you're making a character sheet, the scales need to be precise. Because it's gonna be produced later on. You're not the only person who's gonna work from that character sheet you've made. It needs to be accurate. So less shortcuts. You really have to grind it out. Okay, the teeth should be more shiny, I think. But okay, I'm gonna tone it down with the shiny. It's not supposed to be overpowering focus. kind of want to see it. Like the scene of the metallic scale dragon. Because it is a metallic dragon. Alright, so I'm not happy. I'm not too happy with the play this time. Maybe the mouth needs some work. And that is what I'm gonna do once I return from my 5-minute break. So yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna grab some more water and probably a cup of coffee because I am feeling drowsy. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Fan is roaring. I hope my fan is not as audible as I thought it would. Shouldn't. Anyways, let's get back to it. As I was taking a break there, I was thinking I should start looking on for jewelry and accessories. But first things first, I need to really work out how. I'll be showing you less. Maybe people stuff inside. Yeah, it's more. It still looks fierce because it has those fangs, but without the rest of the teeth showing, it has more. It feels like you could talk, right? It has flexible lip. And that gives it more, I would say, docile nature, at least reasonable. Yeah, I think that's. Nah, let's stick with it for now. Oh, let's get back to her. We're gonna go start painting. Silver, just keeping it with the theme. I'm gonna go with silver. Necklace. Hair circlet. That. And also, while I was on a break, I was thinking I could flare up this part of her arm, her right arm. I want to give it an outlet or support, just so she has a bit of armor with her on her. Not like a World of Warcraft shoulder plates, broad football shoulder plates. Not like that. Nothing like that. Just a more magical color. Could give it also some sort of line goes down. But where does it attach? We're gonna figure that out. Not on her dress though. Maybe it's part of her. It's like on the whole arm guard, right? Yeah. I think I'll go for it. Right now I'm just designing. I'm putting the designer cap on. Then I'm gonna add like a bracelet here, an armlet with intricate design. Let me hold her sleeve quite. Oh man, I wish I have Bob Ross's soothing, calming. I might sound like a drowsy fucker, which I am. But let's not mix tones with that. I am a drowsy motherfucker. I hate sleep actually, but I don't mind it when my body. We're gonna figure. Oh shit! The shape is kind of fucking up the composition. Maybe this frill could go, and I would add an armband. Same material, silver. gonna have some elvish design. Of course, we're gonna have some. You know, one way of doing this more efficiently is by using layers. So that I don't have to erase stuff on the fly. So let me just erase, repaint most of this here, and I'm just gonna type it top of it. There's such a thing like over designing things. That's over designing. So I'm trying to not get to that point. So I need to be tactful with my design. Okay, maybe that's good. And calm down. Of course, we're going to use value, especially cast shadow on feet and skin, especially white. Of course, we have forearm. The forearm guard wraps around. It's mostly light armor, but it's made of silver, like mithril oil. But more of an armor instead of a yeah. This song is a banger. Dang. Right, and then we're gonna paint the proper values. Cast shadow, surface shadows, whatnot. And of course they're gonna be metallic, so I need to consider that. There's gonna be a lot of contrast going to and fro. Just enough to make sure they're on the same plane as the speaker. Add a bit more here. Add this armband. Maybe I could shorten it up a bit so that when her arm moves, it doesn't flip to her forearm. That would be painful. In with this, it's more of a circular shape, so I'm gonna consider that. My head. That. Right now I'm taking liberties from the notes that I was given. Given that you guys need to come up. Hold on, let me focus on this. At least quite a bit of brain power. I can't speak. Okay. This one, I'm not sure about this one. Okay. Okay, I think it's getting there. But I still don't have a way to connect the palette down to her arm part. Maybe a chain. That won't work. It will only work if there's a pin here that connects to her corset. And that means I have to put more armor on her breast, almost like a half breastplate. Okay, I'll try to consider that for now. But I kind of like the feathery one. Figure on. Again, I'm not trying to complicate things, but I need to, make sense of it. Yeah, it's fantasy, but it has to work in that world. It has to. If you could have mage armor, like in Skyrim, like you could conjure mage armor. That's one thing. This is more of a actual material armor, which needs, it has to connect this. Doesn't like magically. Oh, you have a floating armor piece that doesn't attach to anything. I need to consider that. Maybe this one. Maybe decent. Okay. That would work. Then I could have the pin on, and I could still benefit from the. Yes, book as too menacing. Not much of a. And it has that not really elvish. Looks like an orc design. That will work. Breastplate. Half a breastplate. And then on her right arm, which I said I would need to actually start designing. Right now, I'm just picking values and identifying shapes, forms of the hand, so I don't have to start from scratch. But I need it to pop out a bit more. The way to do that is to just bring up. Oh, sorry for spinning the canvas like that. It's a bad habit of mine. I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna cut this finger off. Need to fix the rest of those. Yeah, I think it's a bit more here, I guess. Because it's facing this one. Green light. Hitting that entire plane of the form. Then maybe. Oh, it's too stiff now. Fuck. Okay. Change your plan. Change your plan. Yeah, it looks stiff. Her hand doesn't look elegant. This hand. Maybe it's how can I fix this? Maybe I need to redesign this hand. There's no working around that. Hmm. Maybe. Hold on. Think, brain, think. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off and take a new. Yep. I think that does it. Yep. I think we saved that saved the code. So yeah, that's a good example of something doesn't work, just remove it. Because no matter how much I fix that hand right there, or render it, you know, finish it to completion, it's gonna look stiff. Stiff as fuck. Stiff like morning wood or your leg cramps. It's gonna be stiffer than that. So the best way is to just cut off your leg and then draw a new one. I mean, we're talking about art here. Don't cut off your leg. But yeah, if something doesn't work in your composition or in anything in general, like that stiff arm pose, just remove it. Because no matter how much you fix it or render it, there's it's a fundamental there's a fundamental flaw in the pose. So it's not like anatomy mistake that the pose is fine, but you know the anatomy could be fixed. It's nothing like that. It's more of the pose itself. So it's better to to start up. Come up with a better pose. Remove the initial one, then just start all over. Right now we have more of a almost an ice queen vibe. I really like it. Like she is fair and hot, but this good dragon claw man. It's one hell of a hand job. I mean, me drawing the hands. That's what I mean. So it's gonna be more of the fixing the pose and starting all over again. Also, I need to fix, of course, the muscles now because that's not how hands work or for the forearmers work. I need to consider the ulna and radius twisting right now because that's what happens if you twist your arm like this. Like, let me make an X-ray of this. So usually when your palm is facing you, the ulna and radius. So let's see that the ulna and radius are doing like this. They're like that. But if you twist it like your palm is facing away from you, they actually twist. They're like this right now. So I need to think about the muscle groups, the way it twists around the bone, anatomy stuff. But that's that's something that I also consider when I'm making poses. But just so that it makes sense, I can't paint it like it's flexing like a bicep flex. It's not the same thing. So the arm muscles will be twisting and bending in that regard. So it has to reflect that. The best way to learn, just look at your own hand, you know. That's how I started learning hands. I just look at my hand and realize, fuck, because I used to draw Dragon Ball from text, right? And they always have the same, you know, profile of the fist, you know. What I'm doing the pose with the fist, but I realize you can't see it. They have this pose, right? Every goddamn time. Just as the hand pose, right? That is the Dragon Ball hand pose. Every shot in tech, you know, in the text we used to play when we were kids. That's the always pose, and I got tired of it. And now, okay, I want to do something else. So when I tried drawing hands like bananas, that it's like, what? Why? How can I draw hands? So I started looking at my hand and then copying it. In that regards, I started understanding, oh, the bones, you know, there's like this structure to them. You know, they overlap a lot. And I realized, yeah, I just started, you know, doing it with my hand and realizing the complexity of the hands are not that complex. And later on, when I wanted to draw something, I just simplify things, you know, especially when I started doing this as my profession. It's one of the rules. You simplify things that are complex, you know, basic shape. So yeah, that's a quick feel about drawing hands. Let me get back on the dragon. So, doesn't look like much now, but I'm starting to indicate the bend. What part of the fingers are being, you know, hitting the light hits, and what parts of the finger are, you know, not. And of course, the parts for the claws, stuff like that. Also, it doesn't hurt to reference other artists' works in hand, especially fundamental ones. It's a good way to learn. As long as you understand what they're doing, you know. I would suggest steering clear away from anime hands in the beginning, right? Because you're trying to learn the fundamentals. You know the hands like the anime, like those hands. Those hands are got a long like hand. Okay? Those hands are fine, but you don't understand what's going on in all these, especially simplified hands. Yeah. Because it's already simplified for you, and you don't understand what are the rules there. So it's gonna make it harder for you to draw. For example, instead of the hands, this character has hooves. You know, a furry heart or something. So it's gonna be a bit more harder to convert this to a hoof, right? But they're the same thing, right? You'd understand that our hands are actually the entire lower part of the leg of an animal, and the knuckles is actually their toes. Like for example, you know, our legs. I don't know if you draw a leg, right? I'm doing crash course because I'm just speaking a lot and I'm jumping from one topic to another, and my mic is speaking. I need to fix that. I should stop doing this, but anyways, whatever. I'm already at it, so might as well. So that's the human leg, right? Profile shot, kneecap. This is the quads, the calf muscle, the what do you call this bone? Forgot. Anyways, that's the default human leg. If you draw an animal leg, it would look like this, right? And you'd say, yo, you just drew that because you already know how to draw one. But I just converted this to that. This leg is this leg. This leg is this leg. This entire goddamn feet is D. Or D. And this small toes is actually the hooves. So every mammal, quadruped, is actually tippy-toeing. So once you draw the human leg, you could draw any animal on Earth. Just change the proportions. So yeah, that's a quick rundown on how to draw anatomy, I guess. On how to understand anatomy in the sense of how we are made, right? It's just you mix stuff around. You just change the proportions, but it still makes sense. I don't know how we got off to that tangent, but that's how it is in the stream. We go off all of the tangents here that I am not even in control of. My brain takes a backseat, and the aliens that abducted me are now dictating what I'm supposed to say. So right now I'm just painting the hands, making sure the pose is quite there. And I could see the fingers doing their thing. Of course, you need to understand how much longer each finger is compared to. And they have to be in the same relationship. Of course, I'm getting leeway here because, she has dragon hands. So, there's that. Yeah, with that quick change, we saved the pose. I really like how it looks. Now let's get back to the armor plating, which is not on this layer. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Paint this because you might like this. What make it fix it? Paste it. Copy this, then merge it here. What's this thing? Remove that. Here we take it. Shoulder. Yeah, let me make sure that verify my shoulder. Because that's one too far away to determine if someone, that I think it's a male or a female. Shoulders. Okay, and now we could also for the blue tint there. Right now I'm not blending at all, it's a hard brush. A bit of transfer control on the pressure settings. Alright, so just pop it in. There. I need to repaint this armband around. That, this. Make sure that everything is quite covered. The values are there. I could start to see. I'm starting to see the entire shape. That's good. Oh yeah, back to the armor. Not done with that. So it's shining upon this, and it has that conal shape. So it's gonna be casting a shadow around this part. Maybe the entire this second plate. Because it is conal, right? It has a point. And this could be a bit brighter because it's getting more of that light. And it's metallic, so it has a sheen on it. But we're not gonna render it thoroughly right now. Just gonna indicating the shape. Right. We're gonna distinct from the outlet. Yeah. Such a banger. This is also a banger. Now, if you want to stream and you want to make copyright, if you want to include the copyright-free music, use Stream Beats by Author Gaming. It's really good. They have multiple genres. They have lo-fi. This one I'm using is synthwave, which I love. So yeah, use Stream Beats for your stream and videos. It's really good and it's free. And it's copyright free. You won't get demonetized for using it or copyright strike for using it. We're back at the Paulette. I think I'm not gonna stop working on Tyrgwynn because I know the shape already. Because if I start working on it, I'm gonna get absorbed and render the entire thing. So I'm gonna pass up for that now. What else I would want to do is to render her corset, because right now it's bland, right? It's the bland corset. So we need to pop up our sign board here and see what are the intricate embroidered designs on it. So we have this cool texture, cool pattern. Then we have this brass. That's brass, probably. Brass hooks. Like this. Buttons with faces on them. Dots is also nice. Also, I love the shape of this one. It has also intricate patterns. Also, I love the hoodie. At the beginning of it's all the hoodie and how it attached to the corset attracted me to grab this piece. It's a cool concept. Also, this one's also intricate. See all the different, you have the roses there, you have different inlays, you have the buttons here. Gothic, cool. There's a more elegant one, more of an old-fashioned one, I would say. It has this frills, like a part of the corset. It has this lace over the dress itself, which looks cool. I don't know if I want to. Oh, this is the one we're copying because I love this crunch up clothing, and that brings up the legs. That's why she has that leg showing. This one I love the rear end flaps. I'm not really a fashion designer, so I don't know what the terminology is. But the flaps, the flappity flaps on the behind of the dress, which is cool. The straps are also nice, but it's more of a specific aesthetic. Here's almost steampunkish, which I really like. So I'm probably gonna copy this rivets here with threadings. I'm gonna try to implement that on our design, but what I did is actually put them up in here. So I'm gonna try and design those now. I'm gonna start on okay. I think it doesn't go that much that further up there. So I'm gonna read the initial signing phase. Kind of overstep the way I tweak this threading. Alright, so it's gonna be like this, and then maybe one more down here. almost on the waist crotch area here. Oh, can't draw accent. And then we're gonna do some that. Not to brush. Oh, since the leg is kinda moving forward, it's gonna be catching that. Of course, I could add more of that on the side. That. It does look cool. It does look cool. Maybe I'm drop maybe some brooches here and there. Maybe no, just a elaborate button design, I would say, made of silver pearl. Maybe I'm gonna design around it. This one though, I think I could live without it. Let's remove that. Yeah, kind of looks intricate. Doesn't have to be intricate, but it kind of looks like that. And then we're gonna add some patterns on this area, on this part, because it kind of shows the intricacy of the rest of the corset without, showing the rest of the corset, because it's gonna be wrapping around it. Let me just finish up this. It's a 1, 2, and I'm gonna balance it out. Yeah, and it has that same feather material between the lines, so it adds that flare and contrast actually. I like. Just looking damn fine, I would say. After we finish the inlays and the patterns of the corset, we're gonna work on her face, alright? And that is up next after I take a short 5-minute break because my throat is killing me for talking non-stop for 20 minutes. I'll be right back, guys. Right. Back. During my break, I thought of something. I want to make this armor like etched or more of a that has a almost wireframe like, not wireframe, wireframe. Something like that. I want it to be really thin. Something like that. So we're gonna make that probably part of our armor actually. I realized I should really start streaming on schedule because I could feel the energy out from my body thinking, and it's kind of hard to keep up with it. This way. Like that. Also here. Yeah, nothing is set in stone actually. Just keep rolling till it comes. Especially not a problem. Let me see. Stop starting. On the nose. 100% sure. Oh, I can't speak. Speak! Come on, brain. Catch up. I really need a mug top. Here. I wonder how I can improve this top. Good. Right here. And this side. I read one of the chat. Egg Waffle said, Egg Waffle and Kickem Gaming said that my voice is popping in and out. I need to fix that later. After this stream. Probably my filters on OBS, fucking up the way it picks up sound from noise suppression. A gate. Kind of like that. It's a bit over designed, but I'm gonna fix it later. But I kind of like it. Just a wire armor. Probably made of strong material too. Okay. Now we're gonna go straight to the face and try to at least render it more clearly. So this is the face right now. I want to have more concentration, like more rendering and more contrast. Okay, I'm gonna switch to soft brush now, so I could start laying out the value and set them as they are intended. I don't want muddy values. No. We're switching up. there. That'll be cool. We're gonna part the nose bridge. Nasal cavity is picking up some of the light. Okay, this is the part where I put some of the subsurface scattering here. A bit more red. This is not a blush on. This is something that I'm still learning how to properly apply. The hard thing is the light source is bluish, right? And it's shining through the blood. So it's gonna be appearing a bit more violet rather than hot orange because of the light source, it's blue. And it's picking up the red from the blood through the skin. Gives it that purplish hue, I would say. Also around the eyes, that color right there. It's gonna be really subtle, but I'm gonna add more realistic sounds to our paint. But now I'm blending the cheeks into the face, so we have that weird sunken, flat cheek syndrome for rendering it without. I know I should be following constant size. Right now I'm just focusing on what I should. That was a bit too shabby, it's too weak, let's be patchy. Of course, I want to bring it up a bit, add a little bit more color to it. It is purplish because of the almost rosy skin, rosy pale skin. Because of the light, the blue light, it kind of absorbs all of that red light into the preview. That's why it's purple. Here. This is also getting some of that light from the blue flame. I'm gonna render it like that. Add a bit more values to it. Dark. Like that. And then we're gonna add a bit more value on it. The thing is, with nostrils, right? We used to draw nostrils like they're flat, which is why they would start drawing them. They look like it's huggy, flat, doesn't have structure to it. But that's just because hard. It's especially if you're beginning. It's hard to visualize the planes of a nose. So let me make a quick rundown of that. So in the nose, we have quite a few planes to worry about. So we have the nose bridge. And this is the eyebrows. Forgot the term, but the dip. The nose bridge. This is dip. This is the nose bridge, and it connects to the nose bulb. Then the nostrils are in here. They'll form up towards the bulb. Bulb revolves around that. And then you have nasal cavity shooting from here. So if you're trying to render it like in a vacuum, it's hard to imagine these planes and how they interact with each other. And if I'm gonna render them, if the light is coming from here, this is gonna get a cast shadow. It's gonna hit the highlight. That's gonna be the cast shadow around this area. Also on the nostril. Bulb will also get more light. So that. And this will also get more shadow. And the rest of the nostril will be cast in shadow. And the reason why anime nose is shaped like this is to simplify all of that to this simple shape. And this is the shadow. Cast shadow, internal. All these further back. Simplification. So if you try to learn this, you won't be able to relate that to here. So that's why it's hard for when I started out, it's hard for me to really draw noses. The more I understand how the planes of the nose work, the more easier it becomes. So drawing is part understanding what you're actually drawing. Of course, you can draw with references, but it's better to draw with references while understanding what you're actually looking at. It's the best way to learn. Especially if you're going to be drawing things from imagination. Understanding this concept saves you time, because you don't have to draw, to have references for every body part. I'm just planning the values down here. Also, I want to have I also want to have a darker silhouette. I mean, darker shadow, like a smoky shadow around the eyes. That would indicate makeup. But as of now, I'm just thinking I just want a deeper value. The eyes pop out. Of course, you would have makeup, so maybe adding blue eyeshadow here and there, so that her silver eyelashes would pop out more. So we're gonna add a bit more. Silver is a bit more a mixture between green and blue, and very saturated. It has a green sheen on it. Just adding the contours of the eyelids here. Of course, we're gonna make this eyelashes sparkle a bit. Very simple. For now, we're just adding a bit more of structure in the eyes. I have to figure out how much makeup, but and of course the sclera of the eye, the white part. It's not going to be white. It's going to be related to the color for the camera. It's if you pick it, it's not actually way up there. The reason why it looks white because the eye sockets actually reduce the contrast to make it look white. Right now, the eyelashes is actually way brighter than the eye sclera of the eye. They're trying to that is a value illusion, right? The illusion of values and color, right? So we have color and value constant. This shows it's more of the phenomenon of things looking brighter or darker in relation to the nearby values and colors. It's an optical illusion, and as an artist, you need to be aware of that, so that you could manipulate how someone would see your art and would look. Oh yeah, it kind of looks like as it is, as it's supposed to be, because their eyes are also getting tricked, like how the eyes would get tricked in actual real life. So it's, I can't put this in the eyes and call it a day. That's gonna look weird. For highlights, sure, because it's the brightest spot in the eyes, right? But not flat values, not flat colors in a vacuum, because that is not how we see things. And with that in mind, we're trying to manipulate our audience to see like how they would see it in actual life. I don't know why I painted it on a separate layer, but I'm kind of regretting it now. But I think it's fine. Just gonna merge that down. I hope that's not the armor layer. Right now I'm just manipulating, fixing some of the errors of the balance interface. Because I have not put the additional wire on spot the errors of my ways. But that's one more thing of an art advice good part review is to flip the image, flip your canvas here and there, because it helps you refresh your view. Like if I flip it like that, to my brain it would look like a new image, because it got used to this orientation for a long time. I've been staring at this for at least 2 hours now, and my brain fills up any inconsistencies and any errors in my head. They look like looking well. But if I flip it like that, it jumpstarts the system, it jumpstarts my brain, and you think, hey, this is a new image, let me get a fresh eye on it. So it refreshes the way I perceive my paintings, and would give me a more accurate perception of it. This would help you spot errors in especially anatomy and composition. That's where mostly it helps. Even old masters use mirrors to spot mistakes and go wrong. I want to kind of deepen her blue eyes, almost a ocean blue on it. I'm not gonna go overboard. I want to save that light blue color, just that has a deeper, like almost a shimmering effect. That also gives us the effect of, the better the contrast, the greater the contrast of the object provided. Now, more of so this is the shadow of the iris, this dark shade here. That is actually a shadow because your iris is not actually flat. There's a conical shape, convex shape. So it casts a shadow around the sclera, on the sclera. So it has that effect of that dark iris. But the pupil is not in center. Oh, weird. Cover that up. Match the other side. And I want to, just give a highlight towards the light source. Okay. Also on the sclera, I want a bit of that highlight because it is wet. Your eyes are supposed to be moist. Don't forget to drink water, guys. As it's wet, and it will reflect some of that light off of that. And for the skin, I want to start building up some of that reflection from the light source. Not too much. I think it's a bit too red from my face. I'm going to tone it down to almost a violet. Give it a good violet color. More cooler than red. I mean, more in terms of temperature. Red is hot and purple is almost cool. Gonna add a highlight on the cheek area because it is onwards. We're not gonna be overexposing it, just a tad bit so that we could indicate the light. It would help us as we paint everything around it, right? We always have this one reference on the face that shows us, yeah, the light source is on this area and you should stick to it. The lips, I also need to rework a bit. Yes, it's partly open now. Let's start. We'll work it. Work this. Add some of the cast shadow for lips. Make sure that it's right. Right there. Then of course teeth, we're just gonna pick color. It's not gonna be that right. Remember white, especially this white. Most related to how dark the look. Yeah. Look at again. Check for mistakes. You can see the lips not actually almost skewed to the left. Fix that. But this is where flipping the image is really helpful. Helps you a lot, especially balancing facial features. You know when you're drawing an eye of one character and then you draw the next one, the other eye, they look all fucked up and skewed. And while you're drawing it, it looks fine, right? But the moment you flip it, fucks up everything. So yeah, just flip it and fix it. There's no shortcut around it because you will not see it while you're working on it. Give it a few months and then you realize, holy shit, I drew that and I didn't realize that. And that's also the syndrome where artists post their work on social media, and only then they will realize their mistakes because while they're working on it, their brain adapted to what they're looking at and fill those mistakes up, making them unable to recognize it. So this really helps, save you from those fuck-ups. Save us, actually, because this helps me way a fuck ton. The lips are still skewed. I could notice that now. So I'm gonna cut out some of the areas here, but they are balanced out. The other lip, other half of the lip. And then we're gonna give it a bit of a purple color, just so we could start filling up those values. It's quite desaturated right now because you don't want to start with add a full color straight on. You want to gradually apply colors so that you could control it better. But if you're sure about color and you're used to it, you could jump straight to it, paint straight to color. But in my skill level, I have not reached that. slowly, gradually putting everything down, making sure that the colors are actually formed. Okay, we're having some, yeah, so with these highlights, we are forming the contours of the shape, not just, oh yeah, this is the lights. No, it's also helping us figure the shape of the face. It helps us a lot with that. Adding a bit more of that subsurface scattering from the blue light. It's quite intimidating to do, but once you learn the basics, you just try and apply and hope for the best. A bit, I think it's a bit too much, but it is starting to look quite swell. The lip, oh yeah, the critique is adding to that skewness or skewed face. Lips, so we're gonna fix that right now. Oh, that's actually our problem. You don't need to draw the teeth, you just need to draw the shadow of it, and you could base that off of the color of the mouth. Not actually dark, but it is quite dark. You see, the value level is almost 9%. On this scale, it was almost 9. Oh no, it's almost. Zoom it out a bit, yeah, looking quite solid. And then we could paint some of the highlight, not too much, just to indicate the under work we've done. We're gonna ump it up. Right about here. Right. Here. One blob of the field trim, that's the space between mouth and nostrils. Field trim. I emphasize it a bit, but I think the light is far enough that it will cause that to, or I would say, won't be as comes to the shadow corner. Right now I'm fixing the nose bridge because it kind of looks weird. Trying to fix the features of her face because that's too, especially if you're painting straight from blobs of paint. And yeah, I think we are a bit more closer to the final rendering phase, which is gonna take the longest time, but it is the most less stressful because we finish the design. We're probably gonna work around these stuff, and the embroideries are gonna be noodling. I'm gonna be noodling a lot in this in this rendering, but that's gonna sell the intricacy of the design of a corset, the armor, the jewelries, dragon itself, and we're gonna start working on the hands. But that will be for Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna stream game, or I might do comics for tomorrow. It's a random stream day, so we'll see. Together we will see what's in the box for us. All right. So thanks for everyone who dropped by. Agua and KKM Gaming, thanks for dropping by. Polly, you're the band, you're the best. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out with me. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye.